everyone, welcome to Piano Video Lessons, Year 1, Lesson 4. If you're not already at the website and you're on YouTube, just click this information card in the corner to come on over to the website where you can find all of the lesson index and the printables that go with every lesson. So starting in with Lesson 4, we're going to be doing here a finger gym. So a finger gym is just going to help us get more coordinated with our fingers, strengthening them and getting them really ready for the things that are going to be coming up next. So what we're going to do first is we're going to have a look at this piece of music that's written out here, and you'll see that it doesn't have any staff because I don't want you to worry about notes. I just want you to think about your playing technique. So seeing here, we've got C, G, C, G, C, C, G, hold. And then look at this. These notes are lined up, stacked with one stem. Can you guess what that might mean? It means play the notes at the same time. So here I'll play both C and G, and I'll do this 4 times. And then I have C and G still piled above each other, but without the stem, because this is a whole note. And how many beats do we hold a whole note? For 4. You got it. So this is going to go C, G, C, G. Now I'm going to use fingers 1 and 5 when I do this finger gym, because those 2 fingers are the ones that most easily reach those 2 notes. So C, G. I've got 1 and 5 in my right hand. Now I'm keeping a nice curved hand position like I talked about in the previous lessons, and you want to make sure that you're having your fingers pressing and not hitting or not wiggling around, just pressing into the keys with the sides of your fingers. So this one's going to go C, G, C, G, C, C, G, hold. Back and forth between fingers 1 and 5. You see I'm sort of rotating the action of my wrist here just to walk like a stiff-legged walker maybe, keeping a bit of firmness in my fingers. And then I'm going to play both, 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 and hold 2, 3, 4. So let's try that on the piano. I'm going to sit straight and tall. I'm imagining that my head is being almost lifted up by a little string. Someone's holding a hair on my head, so I've got very good posture. But at the same time, my shoulders are relaxed, and I'm going to place my hands on the piano. First, I could just let them sit here in a relaxed way. All the weight is kind of pushing into the keys, and then I'm just going to turn my hand over. I'm only going to work with the right hand, so I'll just leave it on the piano in this relaxed shape, and then I'll place it over the keys that I need. Alright, so now I'm going to play on the side of my thumb and on the ball of my pinky, and I've got them set on middle C and treble G. You can do this actually on any C and G because it doesn't actually tell us for sure which ones to use. This is where I'm going to play. So all of my non-playing fingers are relaxed and they're curved, and they're just hovering over the keys that they could play if they were needed. And I'm going to make sure that I don't flatten out when I start to play. Keep them nice and curved. Alright, so let's go ahead and give this a try. I'm going to go nice and slowly, starting at the beginning. Ready? Go. C, G, C, G, C, C, G, hold. Both, 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 and both, 2, 3, 4. So right in here there's a half note. Make sure you hold that one for 2. Let's do it again, counting. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 2. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. Very good. Let's try that one with the left hand. So I'm actually going to place my finger 5 on C. I'm going to go to the next C down, and my thumb on G. So this changes it up a little bit. I'm going to have 5 and 1 playing on C and G, but the same relaxed hand shape turned over onto the keys so that I can balance on each finger by pressing my weight into the fingers. Again, I'm keeping them curved but firm, and I'm not flattening them out. And I'm also going to try not to let them collapse in on themselves like this. Some people's knuckles bend the wrong way. Instead of pointing out, they're like double jointed. It's not wrong in other things, but it's wrong in piano. You want to have your finger curving out like this, like it's gripping something. So placing my hand on the piano, I'm going to begin at the beginning, starting with finger 5 on C. Here I go. C, G, C, G, C, C, G, hold. Both, 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 and G, 2, 3, 4. Good, so both played there at the end as well. So you could practice each of those hands until you can play nice and steadily with your pulse not racing or changing when it gets harder. Let's look at the second line. It's going to have C, C, C2, G2, G2, both 2, both, 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 2, 3, 4. So let's practice that up here. C, C, C2, G2, G2, both 2, both, both, hold 2, 3, 4. Now you don't need to pulse your wrists when you're counting. I do that when I'm demonstrating, but it's not a very good idea to do it when you play piano. So let's start at the beginning. Here we go. C, C, C2, G2, G2, both 2, both, both, hold 2, 3, 4. Great. Let's try it with the left hand. So nice relaxed hand, curved fingers turned over, side of thumb, ball of finger. Here we go. Start with pinky finger 5. C, 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 hold. G, hold. G, hold. Both, hold. Both, both. 1, 2, 3, 4. Excellent. So now we're going to talk a little bit about getting your fingers stronger. So one of the things that you can do is set your hand up in that nice curved position on a tabletop and just try to have a little war with your other hand. Maintaining this curved shape, push in with this finger gently and let this finger push back out towards the pressing finger and refuse to press in. Don't let your other finger, don't press so hard that you fall in, but do give it a little bit of a challenge to see that each finger can hold its shape. You don't have to do this with your thumb, but do it with the other fingers of your hand. And then switch, do it with the other hand. We're calling this knuckle presses here on the lesson page. So pressing in on each of these joints, just like this, pressing in. So that's the finger strength exercise called making knuckle presses. Next we're going to do making O's. So we're just going to curve our finger into a nice O shape with our thumb, and then we're going to press them together so that they give a little bit of tension and cause these fingers to keep the nice circle shape when we're pressing in with our thumb. So find a circle. Now if you press in and it falls, then you've pressed too hard. So build up to that gradually. Just press gently and keep the nice O shape for each of those fingers. Now the last one is called digging in dough. So I want you to imagine that you're pressing in some dough with each finger. I'm just using the palm of my hand here to like dig with each of my fingers. I'm digging in the dough to make a nice curved shape. And this would be really great if you have some Play-Doh. And so I have a little bit of Play-Doh here that came as part of Halloween. If you don't want to give kids candy, you could give them Play-Doh. So it's just a tiny little tub of Play-Doh. I think you can get it at the dollar store. But what you're going to do is you're just going to use your finger to press on the Play-Doh and dig around in the Play-Doh, and then change to another finger. And that's just going to strengthen all of those finger joints. If you can see what I'm doing here, I'm just putting my finger in the dough and digging around in a little circle to build some strength in each individual finger. So these are really good exercises to do when you're first learning to play piano, to get your fingers really strong individually, so that when they're holding each other up or holding themselves up, they're not going to collapse or become weak. All right, so thanks for watching lesson number 4. In lesson 5, we're going to play in the left hand on bass clef, learning 2 new notes and learning to play the song Landmark Notes. All right, we'll catch you in lesson 5. Thanks for watching.